Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jam and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Obviously, today we are chatting about the palettes I think of when I think about fall, Halloween, autumn, the whole shebang. I figured I'd combine both fall and Halloween because why not? So I went through and just pulled out all of the palettes that I immediately think that's a fall color story, or that's a fall palette, or that's a Halloweeny palette, things like that. I didn't give it a boatload of thought. I like to do things like this based on my feels. So that's what I've done. I have 10, I believe. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Maybe I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 palettes that I chose, as well as my fall nomad palettes. I have all of them, so it makes sense to include them. It's kind of a given, but I want to show you anyway because it's fun for me and maybe hopefully a little bit fun for you. Okay, I'm going to stop prattling on about the palettes so I can prattle on about the palettes. I'm just going to show you these in no particular order. I pulled them out in no order, stacked them on my desk in no order, so that's how we're doing this. I can't rank them because that feels like entirely too much pressure. So first up, we have the Cosmic Beauty Neutrals palette. I love this palette. I don't know why I love a neutral palette as much as I do, but this is a neutral with all the good, a little bit of fun. It just, it looks like fall to me. We've got all of the shades, some muted shades, some that are a bit more bright. Up here in New England, we get foliage. So that's a pretty significant part of what makes me think of fall or autumn. And this palette is gorgeous. I love it. I think it's my favorite Cosmic Beauty palette, which is just crazy to me. But there you have it. Next up, I have the Blend Bunny All Done Up. Originally, I was thinking Makina, but then when I pulled it out, I was like, oh, nay, that definitely doesn't feel like fall to me. So, All Done Up was the one I picked, and I feel like you can sense some similarities here, right? Like, I think I have kind of two schools of thought, either very like cool, neutral, muted shades, as well as like dark, or you'll see in a moment, big fun color. So this palette is fantastic. It's such a great palette. Wow. The problem with having such a big collection like I do is that I can't use everything the way I want to. So that's a bummer. Okay, next up is the Beauty Moon Cosmetics and Wilma Fingerdew palette. This was released in June for Pride, which, screams summer, but also if you're looking to do some like fun Halloween-y type looks, this is your girl, as well as fall. There's some neutral tones with, you do little pops of color. This palette is fabulous. Absolutely wonderful. I love it. I did a bunch of looks with it. I can't remember now how many. It took me a really long time, but it's such a great palette. So that makes me think of fall and Halloween. And this one did as well. And again, you're gonna sense the color story. It is the Revolution Beauty, the Eternal Icon. it looks very similar to the Blended Bunny and Cosmic Beauty. I just really enjoy these shades, especially this time of year. Or maybe I enjoy them all the times of year, but I can embrace it this time of year. I don't know. Next up, I picked out the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. Again, you might think summer, which is totally appropriate and lovely and wonderful, but I think it also does pretty good fall. I love these shades so much. I don't reach for my Natasha Denona palettes like I should, I suspect, but I think I'm going to use this one for sure. I'm pretty sure I used it in the summer maybe. I can't remember, but it doesn't feel quite summery to me. So I'm thinking fall. It's giving fall. Okay, next up we have the Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson Tiny Marbles. This one, I want to say it was a spring launch, and it definitely gives spring for sure, as well as, you know, everyday wearable, but I think also fall. It's got the same shades that I think are super fall friendly. And I'm excited to use this. The formula of Sydney Grace is just knock your socks off. So good. Holy moly. Okay, these two are a bit on the nose, but I mean, I feel like I couldn't not, right? It's the Odin's Eye and Angelica Nyqvist duo. We have the Little Ghost palette, which is, I think, fun and Halloween-y with some wearable kind of neutrally fall shades. And then we have Trick or Treat, which is, I think, very like fall, orange, green, pumpkin, fall appropriate. You know what I mean? Like when I think of fall, it's like pumpkins, apples, you know, things like that. So that one is definitely obviously on the list. Okay, I have two more that are not Nomad. This first one is the Adept Cosmetics Sumerian Sunset. This I was like, oh, for sure, without even opening it, just in my memory. I mean, right? Like, of course, this would be a fall palette for me. And it's so pretty. I love the oranges in this palette. Oh my goodness. All the shades, really. I mean, the mattes are fine, but the special shades in there are definitely pretty special. Although, I do think Cosmic Beauty does very similar. So, I'm just saying. Okay, my last not Nomad palette is the Artitude Cosmetics Man-Eater Untamed. I love this palette with my whole heart. I could use this multiple days in a row and never get bored with it. It is so pretty and so versatile, and I just love the shades in this. And again, it goes from like bright and colorful to toned down and muted. It is just loverly. Okay, first up is the Witch City Salem palette. This was just launched in August, and it is definitely Halloween-y and fall. It's exactly what I like in a fall palette, unsurprisingly. And you know I love Nomad. like with my whole heart. I love the humans, I love the brand, I love everything about them. I have a code that will save you some monies. It's just jam. I love all of the palettes that I have from Nomad. Some for different reasons, you know, but they're all fantastic. Next is the Fuji 5 Lakes. This is, I think, like the sister to Hudson Valley. I really enjoyed this palette. When I got it, I used the heck out of it. I really, really, really like this palette so much. It's got a little bit of everything. This is like an early fall day for me. Well, it's still sunny and the sky is blue. The leaves are starting to change. Yeah. Yep. It's just so pretty. I just love everything about it. And then we have Ghost Town USA. This was launched 2 years ago, and it's a beautiful palette. And again, more of the muted tones with some little pops of bright in the shimmers. These are fantastic. I know not everyone is a huge fan of all of these, but I'm telling you, for different reasons. Like, the formulas are not all the same, and some of the shimmers are more of a gentle shimmer and some are more of a smack you right in the bottom shimmer, you know, like they do such a variety. And I think that's what I like the most, is that you've got options and you're not going to get the same old. Maybe it will look like a similar color story to something else, but the undertones are different, or, you know, you just never know. And then we have Haunted Europe, which I cannot look at the cover because it scares the bejesus out of me. But the inside, again, it is all of the things I love for this time of year. It is so beautifully done. I love this palette. I went without it for a long time because the cover scared me, but I have it and I love it, and I've used it a bunch, and it's just fantastic, especially if you're thinking fall shenanigans. And then we have one of my most favoriteest palettes ever is the Hudson Valley. This was mine and Shawnee's Meet Cute palette. This has the best red matte I've ever used. This one in the middle called Apple Picking. Pretty sure that's what it's called. It is amazing. Absolutely the most amazing red I've ever used. Red matte. Everything in this palette says New England fall day. It can be slightly colorful with the leaves, but it's almost always gray. There's so much gray up here in the fall and winter, like today. Like, this is what it looks like a lot of the time. So I think they nailed the color story with this one for New England. I don't know if, I think New York is considered New England, right? I mean, it borders Vermont, so it should. I don't know. Okay, and then last, but certainly not least, is the newest one, which, as I'm filming this, hasn't even been shown yet. But this is also very fall appropriate, and it is the Pacific Northwest. I've only used this once so far, and I already love it. The look I did, you've already seen, even before you've seen this video or before the launch. I was wearing it for my Ice Cream Beauty unboxing because I had to play with it, and I'm going to do more looks, which you'll have already seen by the time this comes up. But look at it. Look at it. It's so pretty. So pretty. This is one of the first palettes that I could not resist not touching before I filmed with it. I had to dip my fingers into the shimmers just a little bit, just a tiny, nothing wild and crazy or aggressive, but I couldn't not. They were just so beautiful and different. These are different than things I already have and things Nomad has already done. So I was very excited, and I'm still excited because I've only done one look. You're seeing this much later than I'm filming it. Well, not much, probably a week or a few days, maybe a week. I don't know. But anyway, those are my picks. Of course, I think there's a boatload more. Blend Bunny has several that they did for Halloween, and I think any warm neutral palette is fall, you know, so I could have chosen 50 bazillion. I also think any palette is anytime appropriate, you know. I could probably put my hand on any single palette in my collection and make it appropriate for whatever season, because it's just makeup. I don't take it that seriously, but you can lean into warmer tones or, you know, fiery tones, things that make you think autumn. Red, I mean, red is an apple. What? Apples are red, and red is an eyeshadow color, and you could do an all red look, and that could be autumn as well as, heck, Christmas. It can be anything. Makeup is just for funsies, at least for me. And I love all of these, like genuinely. These are all amazing. So let me know if any of these picks are your picks as well for this time of year, or are you more of like a hard no on the warm tones or the colorful? Let's just chat. If you want to chat about something else, we totally can. It doesn't have to be makeups. I like other things too. Lots of other things actually. So yeah, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.